All right, here we are midday, Arlington, Texas, handling several cars out of a collection over the next several days. This is a 1948 Ford Super Deluxe Woody Wagon. Very nicely done. We're going to walk around and tell you about it like we usually do. Fit and finish on this car is exceptional. It's received, was completed in about 2011. It had a full body off restoration, high end exceeding $200,000. As you walk around, you'll see where all that money went into this car. It's just beautiful. Very much a stock style format with a little bit of period hot rod underneath the hood. All the wood on the car is all original except for one little tiny piece, the centerpiece in the back window, and we'll cover that with you when we go around. But as we walk around it, we'll share the doors and the way they shut. An original wood car, and it was done from an original 48 that was part of one of the largest Woody collections in the country pre-restoration, and so it was an excellent example to start with. A little bit of a breeze picking up here. Underneath the hood here is a H&H flathead, custom built flathead V8 with scat rods and crank and that kind of thing, and a lot of early Eddie Meyer speed equipment underneath the hood. It has a 3-speed on the tree manual transmission. It has a Columbia 2-speed rear axle. It has some neat upgrades on it. It has factory drum brakes, but the upgrades on it would be the it's got power brake booster added to it. When we get to the undercarriage, we'll share that with you. Again, the Excelsior Stahl Sport radials on it. The original wood's just got a nice light sheen to it. It's not overdone. Gives it a nice feel. And you can tell the character of the wood. The finish on the car is just unbelievable. Again, a rock solid original. We'll show you the floor pans. The finish on the floor pans is just as nice as the rest of the car. Faux maple dash. Maple wood grain dash. The radio's been converted. We'll talk more about the dash when we get inside and the features on it. Easier to cover a couple things over here. It has a factory style heater, fully functional heater in it. It has seat belts in the front seats, nothing in the back. We promised we would share how some of the doors shut and fit, but door jamb to door jamb, this wood is just beautiful. One finger close right there. Very nice. Hinges, you'll see the hinges are finished just like the rest of the body. All new hardware. This fully documented restoration. We'll have photos during the restoration or documentation of the restoration at Spud's Garage. Has all seats in it. Has a third seat in the back. Factory style seats. We'll open and shut this door and show you an inner panel. See the trim and the woodwork here. Pushed it with my thumb. Nice thing, you'll see a lot of these will have saggy door handles, and this one they're just beautiful. So the attention to detail was spent on it. And the finish is a high quality base coat, clear coat, jet black. There's equipped with the Skyway, like riding on a cloud, Columbia Drive. Very cool. Old sticker. We'll get you into the back end and share it with you too. It's also been upgraded with dual tail lights, so it now has single stat turn signals on it. So it's power brake upgrade, the hop horsepower upgrades underneath the hood. Other than that, you know, in the power brake booster, full factory spare on the back with its steel cover. A little bit breezy out here. We know the history on this car very well, so give us a call. We're happy to answer any questions that you have. Locking gas door on it or fuel door. Again, you'll see the character in the wood. It's all original wood car. Just a slight sheen finish on it. It's all a LeBaron Bonney leather interior on it. I'll give you a feel of the headliner. Just shuts really nice. Told you I was going to share all those doors with you as I went around here. Part of a large collection like we talked about. Several Woodies today, or 2 Woodies on this trip. LeBaron Bonney leather Everything works on it. Horn works. Hood release right there. Here's the Columbia control here. Signal stat turn signals that were added to it later. Visors, again the leather. All factory gauges, 41,835 on the odometer. I'm going to bet that was the miles pre-restoration. This radio was converted to modern internals, so it works. There's a note in the dash that we pulled off, in the glove part here, that we pulled off the dash that shares with you what radio controls are, that kind of thing. There's the heater controls down here. Starts and runs great. Hopped up flatty. Emergency brake works, that kind of thing. Start button. Didn't even touch the gas, now I will. Smitty mufflers, custom dual exhaust, oil pressure, 25-30 pounds, quarter tank fuel gauge. It's charging, and we haven't really even warmed it up yet. We just pulled it out of the collection. Dual exhaust exits out the back here. Alright, we'll get you into the back here. Of course, it has the third seat, and you'll see the leather, the high-end leather, LeBaron Bonney leather interior on it. Talked about throughout the video the finishes on the floor pans. Show quality there. Has nice leather wraps, matching leather wraps on the springs here. Again, lifting up all the pad here. All the woodwork's redone in here. Alright, as promised, we get you underneath the hood here. Very nicely done, retro rod style flathead, H&H built flathead V8. Very nicely done with some new or OEM reproduction Eddie Meyer speed equipment on it. Eddie Meyer fuel block, Eddie Meyer Hollywood, California cylinder heads on it. It's a Mallory equipped factory distributor with Taylor wires. We'll have a full spec sheet at Spud's Garage on it. Just want to kind of show you some of the detail as we go here, and we'll actually run it for you here during the video. The Columbia 2-speed controls, the rear axle are right here. It does has upgraded power brakes on it. It has Fenton headers on it with custom dual exhaust and Smitty's. Stromberg 97 with progressive throttle linkage carburetors. Those are new carburetors when it was built. The engine's probably got less there. The whole restoration's got less than 1,000 miles on it. So this is a Donna Roscoe reproduction Eddie Meyer intake manifold, polished aluminum. You'll see the Taylor wires there. Has a heater, factory heater underneath the dash. We already talked about that. All cloth style wiring. So factory stock look. Very high-end finishes on the block, on the engine, on the bottom side of the hood. The firewall, you'll see the reflections from the bottom side of the hood. Coolant recovery tank right here. 3-speed, 3 on the tree. Manual transmission, and of course the Columbia that I just mentioned, talking about the controls and stuff. There you go. Make sure you go watch the rest of the video. Alright, we fired it up here for you so you could hear it run. Still cold. Hasn't been run very long. Idle's nice. Hear the rumble of Smitty's out back. We'll take you back there. Finishes are just beautiful. One thing I forgot to mention is it has a power gen alternator on it, which looks like a generator. condensation out of the pipes because it's been in the collection here. Moisture in the air down in Texas. All right, we have the 48 Woody up on the lift here, and going to cover it for you thoroughly. Like we talked about during the walk around, we'll cover the undercarriage here for you, but we actually do this prior to the walk around portion of the video. It gives us a pretty good feel of the car before I touch it and photograph it. Anyway, like we mentioned during the walk around, it is a very nice original car, pre-restoration, over a $200,000 restoration. Very nicely done in a factory style format. There are a few upgrades that are really cool that we kind of talked about up top. Quality of finish on the engine, obviously H&H built flathead, mini high torque starter. These are Fenton headers right here. Fenton headers has a custom dual exhaust with Smitty mufflers on it, which gives that good flathead V8 sound. Nice little upgrade. It has factory drum brakes on it. But it has a nice upgrade to add a little bit of whoa power to this. It's got a master cylinder here, power brake addition to it, and there's a secondary vacuum or additional vacuum recovery tank here that adds additional vacuum because the flatheads run on fairly low vacuum. Inline fuel pump here with a so you can set the pressure setting so you aren't overflowing carbs. Again, this was a nice original car pre $200,000 restoration. So these are all original floor pans. You can see the quality. They actually bent the washers so that they'd fit over a rib rail here for the seat belts. Really nice. Columbia 2-speed rear axle, fully functioning. Gas style shocks on it. Let it focus in a little bit here. All factory suspension. They've added a Panhard barn, looks like in the rear here. I don't know if that would have been stock, but it could have been. Exhaust exits out the back. You'll see the quality of the wood from the bottom here. This is again original wood. We'll do one more pass through, make sure I didn't miss anything. And thanks for coming to Spud's Garage, so to speak. Very, very nice car. Emergency brake. It's on, it's taut. The Smitty mufflers. Smitty's original mufflers. Very, very nice restoration on this Woody. I doubt you'll find one much nicer than this one. You can see splash pans up inside of the fenders have been Zolo-tuned with a Rhino style coating so that you don't have rock stars on the fenders. It, you know, causes, you see the headlight buckets are shiny. Anyway, we think you get the idea. Let me cover the tire size for you here before I go away on you. It has the Excelsior Stahl Sport radials on it. 600 R16s up front with Deluxe wheel trim. Gonna give you a feel. I'm not gonna go over both sides, but the quality of the finish you'll see there. Outside in the sun you may not see. Sport radials, Excelsior radials in the back here. 650 R16s. There you go. Go to spudsgarage.com.